If you're new to trading, chances are that you've gone into a community and they're starting to use terms that you have no idea what they mean. They're not on Investopedia and you'll never find them there. Well, you've come to the right place because I got a few terms that you're gonna wanna check out and take note of so that when you go into those communities, you might actually know a thing or two of what you're talking about. Well, at least you can let them think that you do. So stay tuned. Coming up right after this sweet intro. I'll see you in a second. All right, guys, so if you're a new trader and you're just getting your feet wet, you started to do some of your own homework, you're starting to teach yourself, the ways of terminology and supports and resistances, all that basic 101 stuff. The thing is that how many of you have gone to college, right? And you get your book smarts, but there's that street smarts that you need to get a hold of, that experience, right? That real world experience. Well, you've come to the right place because this is the stuff that they don't teach you in the books. So I'm just gonna go over a few terms that you're gonna wanna take note of, especially if you go into a chat room or a community of penny stock traders in particular, that they use these terms pretty regularly. So it's really important to kind of know what they actually mean so that you can kind of keep up. So let's get to it, but before, I just want to welcome you to this channel. Hi, my name is Brad. This is Own the Chaos, where this channel is dedicated to helping you be your own boss. And so this channel has taken on a few new characteristics. If you have been following me for quite some time, you know that I've been dedicating this channel specifically to penny stocks and in particular the OTC. But as my channel has developed and I've started to own my own business, and really this thing on YouTube is my own business, right? So I wanted to bring that passion to the forefront as well. I don't want to have a million channels, and so I'm organizing this in nice sweet packages. So I have a barcast that I go live with my partner, my business partner Christian, on Monday nights, and we do highlights and clips throughout the week. And then I still do trading tips on how I've been able to become successful in the market, and so how I've been able to basically do this full time. I quit my job almost 2 years ago to be able to become a full-time trader, and it's developed into me creating multiple sources of income. One of them is WeTrade HQ. So if you want to go check out WeTrade HQ, the link's down in the description below. It's an absolutely free community to be part of. I highly encourage you to go check that out. We have almost 5,000 members from around the world learning and growing and celebrating each other's success. It's a great place to be, so go check that out. So back to the terms. So the first term that I'm going to go over is called slap that ask. Hey baby, you want to come over here so I can slap that ask? All joking aside, guys, slapping the ask simply just means, buying in on the ask price, using a limit order to buy on the ask price of a penny stock in particular. A lot of times there's issues of liquidity on penny stocks, right? And so sometimes there's so much buying pressure that you're never going to get a bid order filled. So it may make sense for you to hop in on an ask price so that you can ensure yourself a position. Now, slapping the ask isn't a term that you should take lightly, even though I've been known to have a heavy hand when I slap that ask. If you're looking to slap the ask, you have to make sure that there is enough liquidity that makes sense for you to just hop in on an ask price. It might make sense that if you see value on a stock that you could sit in on a bid price and wait for that bid to get filled. But if there is a catalyst that comes along and it makes sense because there's so much buying pressure that happens, it might make sense for you to get in at that ask price because the stock may run without you. And if you see the value there, then it might make sense to just go ahead and get in on that ask price so that you can ensure yourself a nice decent entry. Which leads me to my next term, which is called whacking the bid. Now, if you are in a stock and you get in on the ask price and somebody comes in and sells on that bid price, that's what we call whacking the bid. Lots of people will call it whackers. We have a term on Tuesdays. This is called Whack a Stock Tuesday because it just seems that that's what always happens on Tuesdays. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Whacking the bid price really kind of hurts the momentum of a stock. So if you're getting in on something, it starts to run and people just start constantly selling on the bid price, then that really kind of slows the momentum down of that stock, especially if the dollar volume isn't there to support that. Now, if you have a lot of buyers coming in and there's people that sell on the bid price, sometimes that might not matter. But in a lot of cases, especially in the summertime when it's slow, if you have a stock that, okay, the catalyst is kind of decent, but it's not mind-blowing, then you'll see something where the ask price is loaded up. So there's a lot of people that have orders on that ask price, and so people will be sick of waiting to get their orders filled there, and then they'll just start whacking the bid and driving the price of the stock further and further. Now, where you can really get in trouble with this is that if you buy in on the ask price, if you slap that ask on an illiquid stock with a huge spread, which means that if there's the bid prices at let's just say 2 cents, the ask price is at 4 cents, you buy in at 4 cents, and somebody comes down and whacks the bid at 0.2, that means that you've just received a 50% haircut. So that's why it's ever important to look at dollar volume as well as share volume and when making your buying decisions as to whether or not you should slap that ask or whack that bid. The next term I want to kind of go over is BTFD, the acronym for buy the fucking dip. Now what BTFD really refers to is just when you see a stock go crazy, it goes way up, sky high, especially in the penny stock world, it's super volatile, there's always a chance for you to make a better entry or buy the dip after it comes down off of the extreme high. We see this all the time within the penny stock world, and so I always tell my folks within my morning mentorship group that if you see something that skyrockets after the open, always give it some time. It will always come down to where you can actually BTFD and make a nice entry to play the next reversal. Speaking of the morning mentorship, I'd like to invite you to my morning mentorship where I go live with folks from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time via Zoom. You can ask me questions face-to-face over video. You can type questions in and I can go over them a half hour before the market opens, and then I'm with you a half hour after it opens, and we go over various strategies on potential stocks that could run throughout the day. A lot of people get value in it. It literally costs less than your cable bill, so go check out the morning mentorship down below. I record all these sessions so that you can go back and watch them, and then I'm with you throughout the entire day via Discord. It's a great chat platform that you can ask questions throughout the entire day as well. I will be there to answer them for you. So go check that out. It's the OTC Morning Mentorship Crew down in the link below. So the next term that I want to go over is just simply called bags. Now this can be taken in many different ways depending on someone's perspective. So if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, I'm feeling really baggy on this stock, it typically means that they're feeling, that they're probably down on it, that, they don't want to sell it because then they'll end up guaranteeing themselves a loss. And so they just feel baggy because they're stuck in that particular stock and just can't get out. On the flip side of that, if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, this stock looks like it could be a 10 bagger, that means it basically has the potential to run up 10 times what it's worth now, which happens a lot in the penny stock world. There's a lot of stocks out there that are priced in the 000 cent range or 00 cent range that has a potential to do that, and we see that quite often. 10 bagger basically means it could potentially go up by 10 times, and if you're feeling baggy, well, it's probably because you're in a losing position and you don't want to sell because you're going to guarantee your loss and you're just feeling stuck with a load of bags. Which leads me to my fifth and final term, where I'm going to go over trips and dubs, which I guess there's two terms, but you get what I'm saying. So trips and dubs basically just refers to 000 stocks and 00 stocks. So anything that's under a penny or under 0.01 cents per share is going to be 00, right? So stocks can go as low as 00, even 000, and we trade those on a pretty regular basis. So looking at something that's trading at 0.05 cents per share, well, that's something that's basically just being traded at half a penny. Something that's being traded at 9 is 0.0009 cents per share. That's how small these shares can get, but it also could yield extreme volatility. And so that's why a lot of us like playing those types of stocks. Now, I will say that 000 stocks are more or less a lottery type of play. You start to get into 00s and it's less of a lotto, but that's what those terms mean. So dub zeros, trip zeros, or dubs or trips is going to be anything that's sub penny that's in the 000 range or 00 range price per share, so that you're not so confused when people start throwing those terms around. So I hope this helped today, guys. If you did, I certainly would appreciate a thumbs up, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content such as this, or content on just being your own boss. Being an entrepreneur, you want to be on YouTube, you want to run your own business, then this channel is for you. I'm starting to really kind of develop this channel to be your own boss, and whatever that means for you, then I want this channel to be a frame of reference anytime that you have questions on being your own boss, or if you want to quit that 9 to 5, this is going to be the place here for you. And I'd also like to invite you to the WeTrade HQ platform. It's absolutely free to join. Go check out the links down below. We have almost 5,000 members from around the world learning and growing and celebrating each other's success, so that no matter what you're trading in the market, WeTrade HQ is the place for you. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I will see you all before the bell, and B Smith is out.